If you've got pennies sitting in your car, your kitchen drawer, maybe even in your pocket right now, you could be holding hidden wealth and not even know it. I'm not exaggerating. There are Lincoln wheat pennies people are accidentally spending every single day that collectors are fighting over in private auctions for insane money. I'm talking real auction shock, a silent fortune hiding in plain sight. And nobody talks about these. So before you grab that handful of change and toss it into a vending machine, stop. Do not spend these coins. Check your pocket now, because the 2 pennies in this video, they don't just have value, these coins change everything. And the second one is even rarer, scarier, and worth more than most people make in years. Stay with me. Coin 1. Let me tell you something that should honestly make you uncomfortable. In 1,955 millions of pennies were struck. Most were spent. Most were abused. Most were forgotten. But one very specific 1,955 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, with distinct grey spotting on the reverse and preserved in very fine condition, has quietly crossed auction blocks for $256,000. That's not a typo. That's not hype. That's serious money. And what makes this dangerous is that it looks ordinary. This is the kind of coin someone drops into a tip jar. The kind of coin sitting in a dusty mason jar in your house. And yet, under the right light, with the right surface, in the right condition, it becomes a life-changing opportunity. Now let's step back to 1,955 for a second. America was in the heart of the post-war boom. Manufacturing was exploding. The economy was expanding fast. Vending machines, payphones, parking meters, coin demand was intense. The US Mint was under serious production pressure to push out cents by the hundreds of millions. And when mints operate under pressure, mistakes happen. Dies wear down. Quality control stretches thin. The 1,955 wheat penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally didn't use a mint mark at that time. So no letter under the date is correct. But here's where things get interesting. During 1,955, die fatigue and production stress created variations that collectors obsess over. Surface irregularities, strike strength differences, subtle doubling in certain runs, and in rare preserved examples, unusual reverse toning patterns, including soft grey spotting that signals age and untouched originality. Most people see spots and think damage. Collectors see untouched history. This specific coin, the one that hit $256,000, had reverse grey spotting that confirmed it hadn't been cleaned or altered. That antique surface, that slightly darkened wheat stalk texture, that's exactly what serious collectors crave. Let's talk about the design. On the obverse, you have Abraham Lincoln's right-facing profile. Strong jawline. In God we trust above. Liberty to the left. The date, 1,955, stamped clearly on the right. No mint mark beneath it. Clean fields matter here. In very fine condition, Lincoln's hair still shows detail, especially above the ear. His coat lines remain visible. Not sharp like Mint's state, but strong, honest wear. Flip it over, the reverse shows the iconic twin wheat stalks framing 1 cent and United States of America. At the top, E pluribus unum. In very fine condition, those wheat lines are still separated. Not mushy, not flat. That detail changes everything. Now let's get physical. This coin weighs 3.11 grams, not 2.5 like modern zinc cents. It's 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. That rich copper alloy gives it a warmer tone and heavier feel in your palm. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Thickness, about 1.52 millimeters. The edge is smooth, no reeds. When you hold it, it feels dense, solid, old-world American metal. And that composition matters, because copper ages in a very specific way. It darkens. It develops tone. It forms subtle spotting. When original, that surface becomes proof of authenticity. But here's where people destroy their own fortune. They clean it. They rub it. They dip it in chemicals. The second you clean this coin, you erase history. You remove the natural toning that collectors pay premiums for. You permanently slash its value. Never clean the coin, ever. Now let's talk survival rate. 1,955 pennies were everywhere. But very fine examples with original surfaces, untouched, not harshly circulated, that number shrinks dramatically. Add attractive natural reverse spotting, not corrosion, not pitting, but even aged grey tone. Now you're in rare territory. Collectors fixate on tiny things. The sharpness of the wheat lines, the spacing in the lettering, the texture inside Lincoln's hair, even the color shift between obverse and reverse. Most people miss this. Auction rooms get quiet when one of these appears in high-grade original condition. Bidding starts calm. Then 2 collectors lock in. Then 3. Then it jumps fast. Aggressive. Focused. Emotional. Because they know something you don't. Supply is shrinking. Collectors aren't selling. They're holding. They're parking money in tangible history. And demand? It keeps rising. $256,000 isn't just a number. It represents hidden wealth, a silent fortune, a copper coin smaller than a quarter that can pay off a house. And here's the part that should hit you hardest. This coin doesn't scream rare. It whispers. It hides. It waits. That's why I'm telling you right now, do not spend this coin. If you see a 1,955 wheat penny without a mint mark, stop. Check the condition first. Look at the wheat lines. Look at Lincoln's hair. Examine the surface under soft light. If you see original toning, especially unusual in reverse grey spotting, that's your signal to slow down. Professional grading is critical. Do not guess. Do not assume. Third-party grading authenticates condition and preserves value. Without it, buyers hesitate. With it, you unlock serious money. And patience creates wealth here. Rushing to sell raw? Risky. Holding a properly graded, original, very fine example. That's strategy. Because this is not fiction. This is a 3.11 gram piece of copper that has already proven it can reach $250,000. And what comes next? The second coin in this video makes this one look almost common. It's rarer, it's more controversial, and if you accidentally spend it, you might never forgive yourself. Stay with me. Next up, you're not ready for this one. Because the penny I'm about to talk about is the kind of coin people literally dump into Coinstar machines without blinking. And one specific 1,944 Lincoln wheat penny without a mint mark, sitting in what looks like simple, very good and clear condition, has reached $275,000. Let that sink in. $275,000 for 1 cent. And the scary part? Most people would never notice it. This is the quiet predator of pocket change. The hidden wealth nobody talks about. The silent fortune hiding in plain sight while people are accidentally losing it every single day. So listen carefully and do not spend this coin. Now let's go back to 1944. America was deep in World War II. The country was under enormous economic pressure. Metal was ammunition. Copper was critical for shell casings and military wiring. In 1943, the US Mint switched pennies to zinc-coated steel to conserve copper for the war effort. But in 1944 something changed. The mint returned to copper, but not the same fresh copper as before. They melted down spent shell casings from the war. That copper alloy was reused to strike 1,944 cents. Think about that. This coin was born from battlefield metal. History is literally embedded in it. And when you see a 1,944 wheat penny without a mint mark, that means it was struck in Philadelphia, the main production facility, running at intense speed to meet circulation demand as the war economy roared. Millions were made. But here's where it gets dangerous. Under wartime pressure, planchets varied. Metal mixtures weren't always perfectly uniform. Die wear accelerated. Quality control wasn't focused on collector perfection, it was focused on volume. That chaos created rare survivors, especially in clean, original, very good condition, with sharp clarity and honest circulation wear, not polished, not scrubbed, not damaged. Now let's talk design. On the obverse, you've got Abraham Lincoln's profile facing right. In God we trust, arches above him. Liberty rests to the left. The date, 1944, sits clearly on the right side. No mint mark under the date. That blank space, that's Philadelphia, in very good condition. Lincoln's portrait shows smooth wear, but strong outline. The jawline is visible. The shoulder line is defined. The lettering is bold and readable. The fields are not gouged or corroded. Flip it over. The reverse carries the classic wheat design. 2 wheat stalks, framing 1 cent, and United States of America. A pluribus unum at the top. In very good and clear condition, the wheat stalks are worn but separated. The lettering is strong. No blending into the rim. No mushy collapse. That clarity is everything, because collectors obsess over legibility in circulated coins. They want honest wear, not abuse. Now let's hold it. This 1,944 penny weighs 3.11 grams. Same pre-1982 copper standard. Diameter, 19.05 millimeters. Thickness, approximately 1.52 millimeters. Smooth edge. That classic girth that fits perfectly between your fingers. It feels heavier than modern pennies, because it is. It's 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, pulled from recycled wartime materials. That copper tone? It should look warm brown to deep chocolate in circulated examples. If you see bright orange shine on a worn 1,944 penny, that's a red flag. That means someone probably cleaned it. And cleaning destroys value forever. Never clean the coin. I don't care if it looks dirty. That dirt might be the reason it's worth a fortune. Original toning matters more than shine. Natural aging proves authenticity. Once you strip that away, you turn hidden wealth into pocket change. Now here's the twist. Most 1,944 pennies are common, but extremely high-end survivors from rare die pairings, unusual metal mixes, or specific strike characteristics, especially authenticated and graded examples tied to transitional minting anomalies, have shocked the market. Collectors hunt for subtle details. Die cracks running through the date. Sharp separation in E pluribus unum. Unusual surface texture from shell casing alloy batches. And most people miss this. The absence of a mint mark isn't boring. It's critical. Philadelphia coins from transitional wartime years carry historical weight. Some rare off-metal strikes and special production errors from 1944 have reached astronomical values. And when a 1944 no mint mark cent shows the right diagnostics, auction rooms go silent. Then the bidding starts. Slow, measured, predatory. 2 collectors push. Then 3, because they know supply is disappearing. These coins weren't preserved carefully. They circulated through wartime America. They bought bread. They rode buses. They funded daily life during global conflict. Survival in clean, original condition is rare. And collectors aren't selling. They're holding. Why? Because tangible assets tied to American wartime history carry emotional gravity. This isn't just metal. It's legacy. It's resilience. It's transformation from weapon material into everyday currency. That story creates obsession. And obsession creates price spikes. Today's market value for the right authenticated rare 1944 no mint mark wheat penny in strong original condition has reached $275,000. That's a life-changing opportunity from something smaller than a bottle cap. Let me say it again clearly. Do not spend this coin. If you see a 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark, stop immediately. First thing to check, weight. It should be around 3.11 grams. If it's lighter, around 2.7 grams, you might have something wildly different. That detail changes everything. Second, examine the surface under soft light. Look for original brown toning, not artificial shine. Third, never assume condition from a quick glance. Even very good coins can carry hidden traits that multiply value. And before you do anything drastic, professional grading is critical. Authentication protects you. It validates rarity. It turns a maybe into documented serious money. Patience creates wealth here. Most people rush. Smart collectors verify. And remember, once cleaned, once damaged, once altered, that silent fortune disappears. This is not hype. A 1944 penny. No mint mark. Very good and clear condition. $275,000. You could be holding one right now in a drawer. Or worse, you could have already spent it. Hidden treasure doesn't announce itself. It waits for someone who's paying attention. And if you think this one is unbelievable, the next coin we're about to uncover makes even this wartime copper giant look tame. And that one? It's the kind of mistake that changes history forever.